Hi guys, I wanted to do a quick video about the Black Business Scholarship Fund. I wanted to do this video because I wanted to explain a little bit more about the fund, but also more about I guess some of my, I don't know, is it fair to say frustrations? Frustrations might be a bit deep. Anyway, so the fund. The reason why we created the fund is because over the last couple of years we've been mentoring lots of business owners, and we've had tremendous success with them in terms of helping them with their revenue, helping them create sustainable businesses, helping them do crowd funds to raise the seed money they need to start their business idea, so on and so forth. And what we found is a lot of those businesses, they were fantastic business ideas, but they weren't successful because they didn't really understand how to improve their visibility, how to be sustainable, how to be profitable, how to get the marketing attention and so on that they need, how to raise their personal brand and so on. And those are the things that we've helped with. So while this the Black Lives Matter movement is happening, I've been thinking about ways that I can contribute to the long-term change that I would like to see within the Black community. And I've been to Downing Street on numerous occasions, and I've been asked to be on round tables to talk about women in business, Black women in business, ethnic minorities in business, Black people in public office, in public appointments. I've been to all those meetings. I've provided my time, because I've been asked to attend. I've attended, I've given my time voluntarily and my expertise to contribute to a change. And after those meetings, the change doesn't come. Nothing happens, nothing changes. And I'm frustrated by that. And I feel that we cannot continue to wait for the government to make the changes that we feel we need in order to improve the businesses and our economic situation. And I truly believe that our economic power is linked to political power, and therefore we need to make a change. So I created the fund, Byron and I, to get some money in to help with a not-for-profit scholarship. So this money is going to a separate entity. It's nothing to do with our private profit-making businesses. It's a separate entity that is not profit-making. And the idea is that with the initial fund, we'll be able to help a number of businesses with the mentoring they need to make their business successful and sustainable. And then when their business is successful and sustainable, they will pay that money that they, would have had to pay for that mentoring back into the fund to help another business, so thus paying it forward. And that is the idea, so making it truly sustainable. And the reason why I keep repeating the point on sustainability is because I think it's really important to talk about this, because I've had a few messages from people saying, well, Bianca, you guys are successful, you drive nice cars, you've got a nice house, you've got successful businesses, why don't you do this for free? And I think what they have missed is that in order to make any business sustainable, you have a duty of care to have money in the pot to pay for the activities required to enable us to help those businesses to flourish. So every business has costs. So whether that's paying for event space, whether that's paying for expenses for any of the speakers or mentors or advisors that are going to come in, whether that's paying for technology, whatever that is, legal contracts and so on, they all have costs. And if you look at any charity or any community interest group, they all have to have money in order to be sustainable, to pay for administrators and so on, and CEOs, what have you. And I guess the reason why I'm frustrated is, for myself, not just for myself, but also I've got a friend who's also crowdfunding at the moment, and someone said to him, and I'm sure it was in jest, oh well, I'll support you for your fund to help young Black boys. However, if I see you in Alexandra McQueen's next week, I'm going to be really annoyed. And I'm sure it's in jest, but you know what they say about things said in jest. And I think that people don't understand or recognize that in order for you to help people more widely, you do need that initial money. You do need money to provide a service for free. That's just how it goes. And so what I'm finding is people will be quite happy to put money into a variety of different charities, huge charities, Cancer Research UK, Red Nose Day, there's just so many charities and homeless charities and so on, and they all do an amazing job, but you would all happily put money into those charities, and you wouldn't be concerned by the fact that, or at least I don't feel people really think about or are concerned by the fact that some of these massive charities have their CEOs on £1 million salaries and so on, right? And they have those CEOs because they're the best CEOs they could have found from other private entities and so on, the best people they could have found to run that charity and ensure that charity continues to make money and is accessible and is successful and so on. So and
they have massive overheads.
They have to pay for property, rent, staff and so on. And that is how a business runs. So whether it's a charity or if it's a community interest group, it is a business that has overheads, that needs money in order to make it sustainable. And so that's why we have this fund set up, to have that initial money in the community interest group to fund the activities, which, as I said, they will then pay back in once they are successful to help fund another person to go through this. And that is why it is important. And I feel very passionately about this, because I feel like, we as a community and the people that I've had negativity from, unfortunately, are often black people who have said, oh, well, why should we? Well, actually, sometimes it's on us to create change that we want to see. Yes, we could wait for the government to legislate fairly. Yes, we could wait for changes in policy. Yes, we could wait for our community leaders and celebrities to put money back in, but sometimes we just need to do it for ourselves. We have to create that change we want to see, and if only one person gets helped and that person is truly successful, that contributes to their family foundation. Their children then become successful business owners, entrepreneurs, professionals. They then have, and we see a generational impact. And that is what I think this is really calling for. So if you have questions, I am happy to answer them. Of course, what I'm not happy to do though is for those who have come to me and asked loads of questions, and then when I've answered them said, well, I had no intention of donating, I just wanted to ask lots of questions. That is not productive. Let's be productive. Let's do something that is going to help our community create change in the long term and create some longevity. Anyway, we're over 25% of our crowd funding target already. That's 4 days in. So thank you to every single person that has donated. I've seen people donate from £5 all the way to £1,000, and I think that's fantastic and phenomenal. That wasn't a word. Phenomenal. So thank you, and thank you to all the people who've reached out and said they'd love to give their time, their expertise to support a couple of businesses or a couple of hours a month. Again, fantastic. Thank you to the entrepreneurs who have said to me, once their business is back up after the coronavirus pandemic, they'd like to contribute more regularly to this fund. Again, amazing. There is so much that we can all do together, and this isn't just calling on black people, this is calling on everyone who can see that there is a disparity, that it is unfair, that 50% of black business owners are 2 times more likely to be turned down for loans, that women are more likely to not receive investment. It isn't fair, and some of this is about us creating that change, enhancing visibility, enhancing credibility, improving marketing opportunities, improving sales, and just getting the right information so that they can be successful. So I'll stop now, but thank you very much for listening. If you've enjoyed this video, if you can understand what I'm saying, if you want to donate, please do. Please also share this, and if you want to be a part of the fundraising team, just message me and I'll be happy to bring you on board as one of our fundraisers. Thank you very much, and have an amazing day.